Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Lapsdown Podcast. My name is Andrea.
And that makes me MJ.
It does make you MJ. It's important to know our names. Speaking of names, we had quite a few people that we put into the name pot for our giveaway. Thank you so much to everybody that left us hot takes on our last episode.
You guys are crazy.
We actually were talking like how fucking good some of these hot takes were that we have something special planned with them, but we did wanted to announce we randomly selected our winner via the power of random generated name chooser.com.
I think it was literally something like that. randomnamechooser.com.
Yes, and the random name that was selected was Sky Guy. So if you are Sky Guy, I think I know who that is. Feel free to reach out to us on Instagram, or you can email us. I think our email is in the show notes, and we will coordinate a way to get that hat sent out to you. But thank you guys, everybody that entered the giveaway. We try to do these giveaways whenever we can, and keep an eye out. We'll probably do something in the future when it comes to another hat pre-order if you guys are that dedicated and you want one of our beautiful Lapsdown hats. I love your hat, MJ.
Thank you. It's a NASCAR hat. I actually got it, would you believe this, at NASCAR this weekend, because NASCAR came to me.
Okay, remember, guys, when I crashed out and I said MJ needs to find a way to go to Iowa, that way did find its way to her. Kind of. She was busy on the Cup race day with a family friend commitment, but you were able to make it to the O'Reilly. Nopes. Yeah, Nopes. And every time I see that acronym, I go, I don't remember what that is. And then I go, oh, that's Xfinity. Yeah, no, I'm following. Tell us about your Iowa adventure.
It was cool. It's only my second NASCAR race going to. Second Xfinity Nopes race, whatever you want to call it. Someone was really nice and reached out and got us VIP passes too. So we got to see NASCARs in the pits. I went with my partner, Nick, and he almost got run over by Noah Gragson in the
Revenge pits. For what we've been talking shit.
I literally told Nick, I was like, don't take it personally. So sorry he did that. He was probably aiming for me. Don't worry about it.
Can I just say that would be the most MJ NASCAR experience ever, is if I just got a message that's like, MJ's in the infield care center, she got hit by Noah Gragson. I would just be like,
really would be.
I'd just be like, okay, we'll have to reschedule the podcast.
Okay, well, does she have Wi-Fi? Can she film from there? So that was super cool. And just like seeing the NASCAR fan zone, because obviously Andrea and I have gone to IndyCar at Iowa, rest in peace. And I went to IndyCar Iowa when it was like sponsored by Hy-Vee and actually had money and a little bit of advertising. But to see like the crowd of people for a NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race, brother, it was packed. If you told me like sitting in that stands it was sold out, I would have been like, yeah, it is. No, and I can tell.
Yeah.
Crazy amount of people for just the Xfinity race. Super, super cool. The race was really good. I'm obviously a Justin Allgaier fan. So that was like maybe the most devastating thing I've ever seen in my entire life. But my boyfriend is a what did you call him? A quapplehead? A quapplehead. Big quapplehead. He has the
it's
RB
kind of
shirt.
Like, I think of it as like knucklehead. Like that's the cadence in which you're quapplehead. It's similar to knucklehead.
I like it.
Thank you.
But in Phoenix, he got to watch Carson Quapple lose to Justin Allgaier. So it's only fair, I guess, that Justin Allgaier was robbed at gunpoint.
And you know what, I'm going to say it? I think Justin Allgaier is going to be okay. Yeah, I mean, like, that's a boy who's going to be okay.
I was literally thinking while watching the race, I was like, being a Justin Allgaier fan, it must be like what Max Verstappen fans felt like a couple seasons ago, where it's like, I have faith in him. Like it's Justin Allgaier in a corn car. Like, are we worried? No.
He's good out there. He's good out there, guys. He's
gonna be fine. And he was fine up until, I think it was like the number 39 or something, killed him, murdered on the track.
He said on the radio, I got killed,
dead. So.
Me when I'm Justin Allgaier.
No, but it was really cool. Also, wanted to update people. I did look for the stuffed animals and I couldn't find them.
Did they get rid of them? Does anybody that work in NASCAR, can you tell us, did they get rid of the stuffed
Or maybe
animal
they
merch?
sold them all out. I don't know. But
Is that our
yeah.
influence? We're influencers, guys. We told everybody to buy the Ryan Priest dolphin.
And they did.
And they did. Listen, they did. That is super exciting. I do think it is interesting when people talk about Iowa. Obviously, it's like they said it's their third year in a row as a sellout. People talk about how the fans are like very dedicated motorsports fans. And I'm like, so where were you bitches at? Where were you bitches at?
Can I say something? I don't think
Yeah.
most of those people who were there were from Iowa.
You think they traveled in?
I heard a lot of people talk about when their flights were leaving, and I was like, y'all flew here for this? And
Okay,
also,
that's
what
interesting.
airport did you flow into? And also, where are you staying?
What's going on? They're astroturfing Iowa Speedway. They're literally like flying in people to pretend like they like the track.
Dude, hey.
They're like, dude, these are a bunch of coastal elites that they just flew into the Iowa Speedway.
Yeah, I
Wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah.
You also you put in here something about Sheldon Creed.
Oh my god, I was shocked. So, like looking around the fans, and here's something that's interesting. Let me tell you about this. I didn't realize this in Phoenix. I think because I was just high off of how much fun I was having, and here I was also high off of how much fun I was having. But I do not remember this at all in Phoenix. Every single person in the stands was like, not okay. That's hyperbole. Was wearing like Nope's specific merch. It wasn't
That was
like
not the case in Phoenix. Although
I
I
don't
will say
feel like
Phoenix,
it was.
Phoenix, the Nopes race was the same day as the IndyCar race.
That's true. Okay, that's
So
a
they
great
were,
point.
yeah, they were, you were stacked up in a disadvantage there.
But like tons of Sammy Smith, tons of Justin, like all of the JRM guys, Justin Allgaier, Carson Quap, a bunch of Quap heads, and then so much Sheldon Creed merch. I
I fucking
cannot
get it.
express this enough. I probably saw more Sheldon Creed merch than I saw like Ryan Blaney merch or like
Hell yeah.
anybody else. And it was like there was this group of dudes that I saw like quite a few times where it was clearly like a cricketed shirt. I don't know who cricketed it, but one of these men has a cricket, and it said like big Sheldon Creed guy or something like Sheldon Creed
Yeah.
fan, and then it just had the glasses underneath. And I was like,
Yeah.
and I could tell that it was homemade, or else I would have been like, brother, where did you get that?
Good shirt. I love
like
your
that.
cricket work.
It's
Can
really
I say,
good.
I love Sheldon Creed as well. I unless he's said something problematic in the past, and if that's the case, please feel free to let us know. We should try to get him on the pod. What a pod poll
I'd
that
be
would be.
down.
Nobody's interviewing Sheldon Creed.
You guys are missing out. We get him.
Yeah.
And his wife makes content. Get both
Yeah,
of them.
content. Yeah, get in here. I did have a couple other things that I wanted to ask you. So there was like a butt situation. I was just like wondering if you could kind of fill me in on what was going on with that and like boots on the
Yeah.
ground sort of thing.
I'd love to. So, actually, my experience with the butt face started pretty early in the day.
Okay.
When we got there, I was like, should we go to the infield? And then, if you've ever been to Iowa before, there's like a little hill that you can walk down and it curves, goes under the track, you get to the infield. So, as we were walking down this hill, there are cars parked on the hill next to it, like outside of the gate, outside of the road. And then, like, some cars that are like a little bit closer to the road, not necessarily on the hill. So I'm assuming those are like people who work here or something. And I just see this giant thing in the back of somebody's truck. And it's like pale white, and it's got like something red on it. And I could tell that it was like a mascot because it had like arms. Like you could see the arms, but I couldn't see like a face or anything because it was like obviously turned away from us. And then we thought it was upside down. It was upside down because actually the underpants were on top. At the time, I was like, there's no way those are
We're
underpants.
unaware.
What could that,
Right.
what could that possibly be?
Yeah.
And we kept making the jokes like, free him. I don't know who he is, but let him out. Let him out of there. And then later that day, we were walking in the midway, and Nick goes, "Oh my God, it's our friend." And so what Buttface is selling, I don't know, but what the mascot was, is it was a human
Buttock.
rump.
Yeah, a
Yes.
buttock. Yeah.
With eyeballs. It was
Kind of
anthropomorphic. Okay, so
kind
it
of
was like human.
like a
And it was
lifted
very,
butt
it
too.
was, I would say it was very heart shaped because at the
Yeah.
bottom it had like teeny tiny little underwear, which didn't, okay, not to like really talk about like get into the nitty gritty of butt face, but if it's underwear, shouldn't it be covering the face because the face is butt?
I think though that like what they have done artistically with this mascot, if I may, is
Yeah,
that they have demonstrated that the underwear is pulled down so specifically they want you to look at the buttock. It's kind of a
interesting.
statement, really, if you think
Okay,
about
so
it.
it's kind of like a plumber's
Yeah.
crack situation, but instead of just like a peek see, it's like full display. And then on top of it, obviously it's wearing headphones because when we saw it, it was just kind of jiggling as rumps do. And it
Hmm.
had like this, what I can only
Yeah.
describe as, for my marching band friends out there, a plume on top of what hair? Question mark? A
Yeah,
brown plume?
that's where I was yeah, that's where I was getting kind of lost.
Yeah. And so we walked by the butt face, and there were people with butt face shirts on, and they were handing out cards to people. Now, if I'm being completely honest with you, I was not aware of what the business was that they were promoting. It was actually Abby who looked it up, and apparently it's like a plushie named Chester Cheeks. So I interacted with Chester.
Okay. No, and I lost you some parts there, and I'm not even saying fully because of internet connection. I think I'm just lost generally, and
Yeah.
then the internet connection there kind of I think you were being silenced, to be honest. You were getting too
Oh,
close
for
to the
sure.
truth.
Yeah. No, Chester knows.
Chester knows. So that's huh. No, that's interesting that that's allowed, probably.
But what's even arguably more scary, featured on a car this weekend is on the number 31, there was current day bald John Travolta. Did you see that?
Uh-huh. I saw it on your story. I didn't see it any other
No,
place. You're the only one reporting on this.
I kept looking at it because I was like, who is this AI motherfucker? I was like, that's for sure
Surely.
AI. And then I
Yeah.
was like, is it like, who's that guy who has all the ladies around him, but he's kind of short and weird? The man. He's like an alpha
Uh
guy. He gets on boats, but he doesn't really have any money.
clavicular?
No, 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 no. He has beard, small guy. I
Andrew
don't know.
Tate?
No, 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 not him either. I don't know. I know some of the F1 guys follow him, so maybe Lando Norris will put in the comments below who I'm talking
They
about.
could
But
yeah, comment down
comment down
below
below.
which alpha male is bald and short
Yeah, I don't know.
and has women.
It was crazy. I love race cars. I love NASCAR.
No, I love that. I have one more controversial topic that I want to bring up about the no apps race that I want your take on. Do you think that the corn finish line should be a protected class similar to the bricks at IMS?
No, I'm glad you said this, and I'm almost upset at the way the crowd has conducted themselves with Carson Quapple
Mm,
because when he did it across something so sacred to Indiana, the bricks at IMS, people were like, "Not cool, man,
no,
not cool."
too
But then
far.
he comes to my home, Iowa, all right, and we pride ourselves in corn. Did you know that some of those cars were powered by ethanol of corn?
Of the corn variety. Makes you think.
And so to show our patronage to the corn lords, we put out this beautiful mural almost of
Right.
corn on the start finish line. And he defaces it with malicious intent, the same way he
Adamantly.
did with the bricks. And
Yeah.
no one said a peep.
They have to replace the corn every year, Carson, please.
Brother. So I just think it's really interesting, and I'm throwing this back to you in the audience. You. If you stand for nothing, what will you fall for?
They cut to MJ and she's out there with bottles of Dasani and wire brushes fucking scrubbing at the corn.
I've got like pink, or not pink, I've got like yellow nail polish trying to fill back in the kernels.
The whole time you're like, fucking quapple heads.
Oh, I hate those quapple heads.
Well, I think that this is great. We should just keep this party going. Let's talk about NASCAR. Let's fucking talk about it.
We
Um,
should.
Speaking of Iowa and its controversial nature, how everybody's so up in arms about it, um, Iowa was announced as the 4th of July race for 2027, and the people hated that. They really, really, really hated that idea. A lot of people were like, just give us the street race back, like at this point. Like,
That's I'm allowed to talk about this. You guys aren't allowed to say it's a bad race. I'm allowed to say it's a bad race because it's my home race. Okay, so if anyone wants to say it's bad, you have to prove that you're from Iowa. Okay?
mm-hmm.
Tell me how many pigs there are compared to people in Iowa. That's how I'll know. But I completely agree with them. I think this is a horrible idea. And the fact that it's also happening after a repave. So it's like you can't even guarantee a good race. Okay, can I say something crazy? If you could guarantee me that the race next year would be equal to as good as this year, I would still be disappointed in watching that on the 4th of July. I'm not foregoing lighting off fireworks with my friends and dipping my tootsies in the pool and
Full tits.
doing sparklers with long exposure cameras to spell out my name to go see that at Iowa. Like with so much love.
I think that's fair. I also think so apparently they shared the logic behind it, and the logic behind it is that the 4th of July is a really bad weekend for selling corporate suites, and apparently that's like very important to NASCAR. So they specifically chose tracks for 4th of July in the past that are ones that have low attendance by corporate suites or like super rich people. And so they were like, turns out that's going to be Iowa.
No, and that's totally fair. I think the issue is you are also probably going to lose quite a few fans for it unless you bring down your prices and people are more willing to travel with. Honestly, if you bring, hey, NASCAR, if you're listening, if you bring down your prices to, let me think, less than $100 for a full weekend ticket, I'll go. And I'll bring my friend. Just one.
Who?
I don't think I can convince many of them. I'll find one friend to bring. That's $200 you could get from. I will bring 3 friends, $300, going once, going twice.
Yippee! We're so back. Well, I also think it's interesting because they confirmed what I believe we discussed last week. I saw it confirmed last week, but now everybody's like, now it's confirmed. I was like, it was confirmed last week when I said it, by the way, that Iowa was getting a repave. So I think it's interesting that they're putting it on the 4th of July. Everybody's like, we already fucking hate this track. And then they're like, and we might make it worse. I'm like,
it needs a repave. It's so bumpy, dude. It's so bumpy. Like, it's crazy just like watching it. How many cars just would it's like a skill issue obviously, but also sometimes you're gonna have skill issues in NASCAR and you can't put bumps in front of them. If I'm to be completely honest, it's just gonna make it worse.
They're struggling enough and you're not helping.
Right.
Well, I mean, I'm glad we got your take on this as the Iowa expert. And MJ says no.
I think you should come out for 4th of July though next year. Here's the deal, guys, in the comments
I can't
why
I always go and help at Redbud, and that's always 4th of July. Motocross, come to Iowa Speedway.
Come to Iowa. Motocross, come to Brazil. Okay, well, never mind. I was going to say we could do our first laps down meetup, but I guess not.
Well, can we go to a different race, do you think, maybe? Maybe we could go to Michigan. Everybody says Michigan's so fun.
Maybe.
Okay. She's thinking on it, guys. We'll have an answer by next summer. I did want to also talk about another aspect of fan feedback. I don't think it actually ended up being relevant this weekend, but it most definitely will be relevant sometime between now and the end of the season. They listened to everybody complaining about the cautions, like when there's a caution that comes out right before a stage break, and then we just, for some reason, do 30 caution laps, and that's how we do that. They now changed the rule. I believe it's like if the caution comes out and it's within 10 laps of the stage break, they just go, that's the stage break. I think that's interesting. I think it's interesting, A, that they listen to fans so intently, and made a change in like literally the one off week that NASCAR has. I think that that is something that I think is admirable about NASCAR. They do listen to their fans. Like they don't always make the changes, but they do more than I would say other motorsports do when their fans complain.
And I think definitely recently under the new
Leadership.
management, yeah,
Yeah.
it's I've been pretty impressed. Now when I'm saying that, it's like relative. Please don't take
Embarrass
this and
us.
run with it to the newspapers. But I've been pretty impressed with both NASCAR and IndyCar under their new management of
Listening.
listening and being like, thank you for pointing out this issue. We're going to fix it. Because if anything, it's like the fans are doing the easy or the hard part for you, identifying the issue
Right. They're telling you, like, I think this is
and the
annoying. And
solution.
I think this is annoying. And then like 50,000 people on Twitter are like, yes, annoying. And they're like,
Correct.
cool. That was like a fun little thought experiment we did there. I also think it's interesting because I do think that that changes strategy in some ways. Like if you think you're going to get stage points and they're like, psych, bitch, the stage ends now. That's kind of crazy a little bit. Like
It
you could
is
have some really
crazy.
randos that are like leading laps at the 10 laps till stage break. Like you could have some real
Yeah.
weirdos. I think that's
Yeah.
funny.
I
I'm
think we're
fine with
just
it.
gonna have to see how it goes, I guess. I don't know, guys.
I don't know. I don't know. Okay. I did want to mention the guy who did the command for this, he freestyled a little bit, and I didn't
I
really
think
know
they
if that
did
was
that.
allowed.
I think they did that last year.
Yeah, they're like, and start your ethanol powered engines. I was like, what? I didn't know you could add words to that part. That's kind of like the
Yeah.
iconic part. I think that's fun.
I didn't
Yeah.
hate it, but I'm also, you know me. I'm a corn fan.
She's a cornhead.
Cornhead. That's what they call us.
um, I wanted to give a little shout out to Connor Zilic. You put in here that it was his first oval start in the top 10. That's interesting. I think he's not out of the woods yet. I think that there's something sinister on the yeah. I think that wouldn't it be funny like if during the chase he just starts doing really well when he's like definitely not making the chase.
I think he needs that. I really
You think
do.
so?
No pressure. It's like, hey, brother, you're just driving to drive, stay out of SVG's way. Because SVG will be in the chase, obviously.
Obviously. Unsure about Ross Chastain. He's kind of right. Okay.
Oh, can we talk about Ross Chastain? Why are you in the nopes, brother? Oh, another thing I want to talk about. Sorry. I did just drink like a full caffeine drink before this, and for that I
No, I
apologize.
like it.
And I should have put that at the
No, I
beginning.
like it.
You know how I posted a picture? They brought the Ross Chastain car to a grocery store that I went to, and it was raining, so it was like inside its little cage.
Yes.
Well, when we got to the Iowa Speedway, as you're walking up before you ever get to the gates, you just see the cage, no car.
What?
Spooky. They took the
What they
car
do?
out of the cage. I don't know. We couldn't find it. We
It
didn't
got
walk down
loose.
there ever. But I was like, oh my god, guys, stay fucking vigilant. Ross Chastain is
Dude,
here somewhere.
it got loose. It got fucking loose. Was that why it was in the cage? Because it's afraid of rain?
Yeah, I even asked because
The keeper, the zookeeper.
apparently
Obviously.
we knew the keeper. In case anyone's wondering how small Iowa was, we knew the keeper of the Ross Chastain car because he works for Bud Light. And I was like, can you come out and play, please? Please, I know there's not even an engine in it, is there? Just let him come out and play. And he's like, no, I can't because of the rain. And I was like,
Oh,
stupid. I
That's-
hate NASCAR.
stupid. Didn't even put a raincoat on it. That would have been cute and
I
adorable.
know. I was like, I know you have jackets for that.
Well, I wanted to talk about somebody that had a horrible weekend. Tyler Reddick crashed. I swear on my life, they did the green flag start. And I was like, okay, I've seen like the first lap. I'm going to go grab something to drink real quick. I don't know why I didn't do that during like the 40-minute fucking pre-show, but whatever. Here we are. Okay. I do that sometimes. I just wander away and then some shit happens. I come back and the front end of his fucking car is fucked up. And I was like, how did you even do that so quickly? And of course, it's just like we literally joked like there's no way Tyler Reddick can fuck up his lead. Like right? Like he had such a
I
crazy lead.
know.
He really has done it, guys. He's done what no man was thought was possible. He like blew like 100-point lead for the regular season
That's so
championship.
crazy. I guess it goes to show that a 30 some odd fucking long race season, it can be consequential, like to the leaders. Like there's never really gonna be like an Alex Palou where it's like, let's be serious for a second. It's like, no, you could, nothing is certain in NASCAR.
We should see like can Alex Palou still win if we do a 32 weekend race season in IndyCar? Like I think
Well,
that'd be
he's
funny.
different because he wins all of them. Like I don't think there would be
I,
any other winners ever, probably.
I think they would run out of tracks and they'd be like, Alex, I don't know, we just have to keep going back to these ovals, and they would
They're
ruin his
like,
lead.
Alex, I'm so sorry, but we have to go to Bowman Gray twice.
We've raced every street race in America. We can't do anymore.
We have to
I
go to
don't know.
Bowman Gray. There's nowhere else for us to go.
I think the most heartbreaking part about the Tyler Reddick situation, I don't even care that he wrecked himself. Like, I'm like, whatever, bro. Like, take your struggle bus elsewhere. He fucked over Eric Jones so fucking bad. Eric Jones was like, all I need is to not crash. And Tyler Reddick had like missile accuracy straight at him
Damn.
into the wall.
You gotta feel for Eric Jones. I feel like Eric Jones is never in trouble that he causes.
No, maybe like once in a blue moon he like spins himself on his own
Yeah.
on his lonesome. But like generally, yeah, pretty unproblematic guy. And then he just gets fucking taken out. I think even Jimmy Johnson hit the Twitter space with a sad face.
We need Jimmy Johnson sad.
Guys,
Oh.
please. Somebody else that was really sad was Carson Hocevar. He had some sort of engine failure. They didn't even fucking say what. They were just like, he's ass. They were like, unfortunately, guys, today's an ass day for Carson. I was like, what's wrong? And they're like, car won't go probably. They just like he like hung out in the pits for a while and they were like digging around in there in the front end of his car. They didn't fix nothing. Just let him go out there and suffer.
Yeah,
Generally
broken. Ugh.
broken, sorry. Also broken, sorry. The Toyotas, they all had a brake issue. I don't know if all is fair, but most. I think
A
it was
lot of them.
for sure Riley Herbst, for sure Denny, for sure Chase Briscoe. And then I think that they also did some like precautionary measures on Bubba Wallace's car. But essentially, this is my understanding of it. So if I'm wrong, sorry. Essentially, they had a lack of pressure on the brakes. They were just basically complaining, like, I'm pressing, nothing's happening, whatever. They kind of knew about this going into the race. They had practices and stuff, and they were like, this is fucked. But you cannot change your brake pads, like allocations or whatever, during the course of a race weekend until after the green flag has flown. And there's a rumor that like the Toyotas might have been doing something that's kind of common, which is splitting the brake pads. So like you run different combinations of brake pads on front versus back tires, and they might have just like did that. They said that they've done that before and it's worked, and then this time it was like really fucking bad, and they couldn't make any changes until the race had started. So I think that the drivers just for the most part like chose to suffer. Like they were like, I'd rather suffer than like come in during green flags laps and like try to change this.
Right.
So Denny was like talking about how like physically demanding the race was, because he like had to just be so much more like intentional about where you were speeding versus slowing, because you could at any moment just have no
No
brakes.
breaks.
And you sent me a video. I didn't quite understand what Denny was saying in this podcast clip, but he kind of was like hinting that he
Yeah.
was yeah, go ahead.
What I believe he was arguing, because it was like, it was clipped very weird, like somebody else had posted it. But he was essentially saying, like, I went to the NASCAR hauler and I was, like trying to tell him the situation to get him to let us change the brake pads. And they basically said no because they don't want you to be like developing the car or whatever to give you an advantage. And he was like, well, what if I just tell my team that I refuse to drive the car if we don't change the brake pads. And NASCAR was like, well, if you were to do that, we would have to come up with a rule and a punishment that would be worse for you than just changing the brake pads after the green
Right.
flag. And so he's
I
like,
think,
so at least that they're willing to come up with rules.
yeah, I think that Denny was kind of hinting that he just wanted to get like sent to the back. Like he was like, could I do something that would like get you guys to like just send me to the back? And they're like, that's not as bad as you pitting under green and like being like a fuck ton of laps down. So like, yeah, of course you would prefer that, but like that's
Right.
not what we're gonna do. I just think I don't know. I think it's like stupid the way that they were just like, we're gonna just see how long we can last. I mean, you put in here, I think by like lap 3, Denny was like, bad idea. Whatever we decided here was bad idea. Somehow though he just persevered. He ended up finishing 5th. Chase Briscoe ended up finishing 6th. And that's what's confusing to me. I'm like, how did you guys do that with like fucked up brakes? I'm not really understanding.
And it's like the brakes, as they were describing it, like they weren't consistently lost. You know, sometimes they would find
Right.
them. And I'm like, hey, this, like, just even talking about it makes me anxious. So good for you guys. Let's try not to do that again.
Yeah. I don't know. Weird shit happening with the Toyotas. I mean, whatever it takes to slow them down, I guess. Ryan Blaney won stage 1. Ryan Blaney had what appeared to be like a very dominant stage 1, even parts of like stage 2. I'm really surprised he didn't win this race. Like it just kind of seemed like he could have just found a way to like kind of like what he did in Phoenix, you know what I mean? Like just find a way, like do the
I
Ryan
know.
Blaney thing, find a way. He ended up finishing 3rd, and I have to feel like that's probably a failure in some ways from what you would have thought was possible based on his stage 1.
Yeah. I think that's almost maybe, maybe I'm crazy here, a testament to racing at the track, because we kind of also saw it with like Christopher Bell being significantly faster than Ty Gibbs, having new tires and still unable to pass him.
Yeah,
Part of me is like, I
strategy
I
calls.
I mean, just like car
Yeah,
calls, arrow calls. I almost, it's like it just feels like there's nothing he could have done. Because I mean, he had a good race. He'd been very good all weekend. I mean, so had Ty Gibbs also was pretty fast, like during practices. But yeah, it really felt like Ryan Blaney's race to lose, and then it almost kind of felt like it felt like Christopher Bell's race to lose also. And it's like, what
yeah.
happened there? Hey guys,
What happened there,
what
guys?
happened there?
One person that I think did fuck themselves over, and we know exactly where it happened. I think this was also a missed opportunity for Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace was hanging out up in the front much of the race. You even put in here at some points he's like leading, and then he fucks himself over with a speeding penalty at like an and it totally killed his role for the rest of the day. He ended up finishing 12th. That's not where you should have finished, buddy. That should have been at least a top 5 day for
He
Bubba
just had
Wallace, I
a
think.
overall a weekend to forget. Like, didn't do great in qualifying either. He probably looks very fondly upon the best part of his weekend, which was from 9 a.m. to noon on Saturday morning. He was sitting in the parking lot of Hardee's signing things.
That's good. Big fan of that. No, I think that was probably the highlight. He was probably like,
Probably.
this is probably what I'm gonna get out of Iowa. This is about as fun as it gets. Somebody else that was like repping Iowa pretty hard. We noticed when he spun, SVG spun, and I noticed he had a little Casey's rep on the back of his car. What do you think about that, MJ?
Yeah, I love her. I love Casey's. Best pizza in town, unironically.
They're the breakfast pizza place, right?
Mm-hmm. Did you get
Gotta
breakfast
have it.
pizza?
No, we never got.
Yeah, you probably should come back. IndyCar should come back so Andrea can come back and try breakfast pizza.
MJ's probably correct there. Ricky Stenhouse brought out a caution on, and I just thought this was funny. He decided to just cut in front of Michael McDowell and spun himself out. I don't know. I just thought that was funny.
Sure.
Sorry, I giggled. Chase Elliott. What was going on with Chase Elliott?
Chase Elliott not doing well, gained back a bunch of positions, went into the pits, and then just has horrific pit stop and sets him back almost perfectly to where he was before he made all of that progress.
Perfect.
What do you do?
Perfect. No
Dude,
notes.
Hendrick, what? Like,
So bad.
if you had
I
told me
didn't
at the
even
beginning of the
notice
year what happened to
Kyle
him,
Larson finished 33rd.
yeah, because remember,
What happened to
he had I wrote in here, Kyle Larson commits homicide against Bowman on the restart. Because remember,
Oh,
the John Hunter Nemechek kind of pushes him out of the groove. He goes up to the top and is like falling back. And then he goes four wide at Iowa. Goes four wide. He's got Alex Bowman right below him, then Ryan Preece, and then Riley Herbst. And just like in a split second, maybe it wasn't communicated to all of the cars that they were four wide, but they move up, and Kyle Larson ends up doing most of the damage to himself and Alex Bowman.
perfect. No, that's good. That's good, Kyle. Um, I'm glad you did that. That's definitely what Alex Bowman needs at this time. That's
I
really
know. It's like,
helpful.
brother, Seth is my friend.
You got beaten by Cody Ware, Kyle Larson. So probably
That's
take
good.
that. Yeah, so he finished 33rd, Alex Bowman DNF, and then we have Chase Elliott in 15th, and then the highest finishing Hendrick was ninth with William Byron. Forget William Byron exists sometimes. Sorry,
It's
guys. I
just,
forget
this
he's
is
there.
such a year for like Hendrick. What the hell happened? Kyle Larson won the
The championship.
championship last year.
Right.
What? Are
I've
you
heard
guys
some
going to
rumors
show
that
up this year?
I heard some rumors that Kyle Larson sold his soul for the championship, and that's why they've been cursed ever since.
His soul was tied to Alex Bowman, Chase Elliott, and William Byron. They're like doing witchcraft on a Saturday night, sitting in a circle in their high school bedroom.
You are the company you keep. That motherfucker brought out a Ouija board and they just sat there and giggled. And now look at it. And now look what fucking
Ah,
happened.
the
Guys,
consequences of
please.
your own actions.
So let's talk about a little bit. Yeah, we mentioned Christopher Bell. This seemed like his race in many ways to win. Basically, stage 3 is dominated by Christopher Bell versus Ty Gibbs. And holy shit, I could think of probably 100 ways that Christopher Bell should have tried to pass Ty Gibbs, and it just seemed like he basically tried none of them.
Well, I don't think he could. Like, I
Yeah,
don't
that's what I like
think.
to think. Because if not, I'm like, what was
Well,
going on
yeah.
back there?
If not, it's like, are you scared of him? Like, what's
Yeah,
up?
is there like some sort of nepo baby thing
Is
that
this
Ty
guy
Gibbs gets
bothering
here?
you?
I don't know what his like. Do you think it was just his car, or do you think it was a talent issue?
No, I mean, I know that it's so weird because it's like I know the kid can win. I know Christopher Bell can win. I've seen it, and he's been consistently almost good this year. I don't know if that's insulting. I don't mean it to be insulting. But then you see this where it's like, I was almost positive this was your race to win, and then he just can't make the pass. It's almost like, I really do, after watching the Nopes race in person, I feel like the product at the Iowa Speedway isn't like all it's sold out to be. Because it just didn't feel like
Yeah,
anyone was gonna.
do
I mean, it
anything.
was cool to like watch it because it felt like compelling, like, ooh, we're gonna have a battle, but then it just like never happened. So it kind of leaves me feeling like who can I blame for that?
It really is. It's like interesting in many ways to watch these cars get mixed up in lapped traffic, but then sometimes it does impact the ability for us to truly have a battle on such a short track like Iowa, because it's like literally
Yeah,
every time we got to a point where there was no lap traffic, there was like an opportunity for Christopher to like come and make his pass, then all of a sudden it's like they're back in traffic again, and you're not going to make that
right.
pass. You're not going to make that pass if you and Ty Gibbs are both picking through lap traffic. You're not going to make that pass. So
No, and that is just a product of like short track racing. But I am curious for people who have
that's
watched
short track
NASCAR.
racing.
They're short track racing. My dad literally texted me that this weekend. He asked how the no race was going, and I was like, "We're on our 11th caution." He goes, That's short track racing for you. And I was like, aw,
That short track race racing.
cute. But for people who have
Adorable.
watched NASCAR longer and seen like short track racing pre this car, is this the peak product that you can get from short track racing? I feel like we've had better short track races this year. No? Maybe?
It's not at Iowa. I think it's Iowa is part of the problem, unfortunately. There's
Yeah,
just
is
something about that track. It's Iowa. It's not I think that everybody's quick to shit on short track racing as a whole. After every short track race that we have, people go, "You can't do anything in these cars. It ruins short track racing, blah blah blah." I'm not jumping on that bandwagon. I
mm-hmm.
think this might be an Iowa specific thing.
Yeah, I agree. I think that, yeah, the cars don't work at Iowa. Iowa doesn't work with the cars. It's going to be hard to race there. We should have never taken IndyCar away. We should have never repaved that little part of it that made IndyCar bad.
It's a perfect
look.
It's a perfect IndyCar track. It's a perfect IndyCar track.
I wonder if it's like if they ran it. I guess aren't they repaved it immediately? So they're working on it right now. But would it also? It'd probably also be too bumpy for IndyCar if it's too bumpy for the Gen 7 cars.
Yeah, probably.
And I'm fine
I
with
don't
that.
know.
Like, I think you guys will be fine. Get out there.
You guys are good. Get the hell out there. Come on. I don't know. I'm just I think that I understand. I normally am not one to contribute any pitchforks to the fan discourse around NASCAR. I will say a lot of criticisms about Iowa are fair. I don't think that means, and I think that some people need to hear this, you don't just throw away tracks whenever they don't work. I think that that is like an annoying thing motorsports fans do, where they just like, oh, we got to stop coming here. It's ass. I think it's okay for some races to be ass. Sorry.
Can I play devil's advocate?
Yeah.
For the NASCAR fans, for the pitchforks? Let me speak for the pitchforks.
No, that's fine.
When you
that's fine.
have 36 races, 32, 30 plus races a year, I don't want to sit and watch a 3-hour fuck ass race. Like, I just don't. There's no reason we should be going to this many tracks. So if you go to a track that's like consistently not producing a good race, I'm not as pressed at us being like, maybe let's reconsider going here. Whereas like IndyCar only has 17 races. So if they were like, Milwaukee was bad this year, like I wouldn't be like, well, don't toss it out, okay? Calm down. Let's think
work with
about it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. But like when you have so many NASCAR tracks, especially like when we're going to tracks 2 times a year, it's like, do we need, and I'm not necessarily saying I feel this way about Iowa. Obviously, I need a race in Iowa. I don't care the series at this point. But I am saying, like, I understand in certain situations where it's like, do we have to go to all these tracks? Couldn't we just have an off weekend for them to like develop their cars or something? If it's like having a really bad race that everyone is kind of feels icky about afterwards. Once again, not saying that Iowa is that, or letting the men rest, letting the drivers have a weekend off to go to, I don't know, Margaritaville or something, whatever drivers do.
Riley Herbst went on a yacht in the south of France. They talked about that during the podcast or the broadcast.
Yeah, his Instagram post came across my For You page, and I was like, what's going on here?
That was kind of a flex. But if we get rid of all of the ass racetracks, then we won't have something fun happen like Ty Gibbs winning.
No, I agree. I don't think we should get rid of them all, but I understand being like, do we have to?
I think Ty Gibbs winning is interesting. I think him beating Christopher Bell, once again getting second place, is interesting. I think one win might be a fluke. 2 wins, Ty Gibbs can actually just say that he's having a really awesome season this year. I also wanted to say he went crazy on the Cobb, bro. He was doing burnouts like crazy. They were saying he was pirouetting. They were saying his burnouts. He was pirouetting.
Mm-hmm. Try
pirouetting on the Cobb. That's crazy.
Disrespecting my culture.
Right. Well, I also wanted to say I don't know if you saw these pictures. I didn't want to show them to you because I didn't know if you'd finished the race yet, and I didn't want to like spoil it. But they put like the most hilarious amount of confetti on his car.
That's too much. Brother, it looks like you got slimed. doesn't it?
When you take Ty Gibbs's car to the Teen Choice Awards and he gets slimed. Yeah. No, that does look like that. He also has his Monster Girls.
I lost you. Give
No,
it
you
a second.
didn't.
Oh, we're back. What is this?
His Monster Girls, and they have a bucket of corn. Do with that as you will. I don't know what's going on there.
What kind of corn? Do you like corn?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I think it's all right.
Okay.
I think it's all
I was
right.
just wondering.
I'll hit him with it. It's all right. Yeah, not in love with it, but I'll take it. If somebody offered me corn on the cob, I'd eat it.
Brief intermission, cause Andrea's filling her water bottle. Brief intermission. Andrea needs some hydration. She's so tired from carrying this podcast. She's gonna get some water. Probably from her Brita in the fridge. And I bet she's filling up her Brita after. Because she's a respectable roommate. You didn't?
I didn't fill the fucking Brita after. Who do you think I am? Somebody's maid?
I didn't realize you were a tyrant.
Yup. I'm what some people might say a residential terrorist. I am not fun to live with. I don't do dishes. I don't fill the Brita. I don't make ice either, and I don't make the ice, and I've unplugged our ice maker because I don't like the way that ice tastes. So there's just no ice unless somebody else makes it, but then I complain that there's no ice. It's kind of a fun thing I do.
She's crazy.
Do you want to talk about IndyCar?
Do I ever?
Okay, let's do it, girl. So we were in Portland this week for IndyCar, but we had a couple pre-race weekend points of information that we needed to blow through here. First of all, it was officially announced Marcus Ericsson is renewed at Andretti. I think for a 1-year contract, the way it was worded, they say like he's returning for 2027, and they don't say any bullshit about like multi-year contract. They don't say any bullshit about like 2027 and beyond. That's the normal code language for 2 or more years. I think that it is fair to say that Laps Down might be on to something with our ongoing theory that they are not in love yet with where Dennis Hauger is, but they believe he will be there by next year. So they're just extending him for 1 year.
Yeah. I mean, they even said that they don't have a spot for him next year. He's available to shop around for 2027. He's already been doing that, but they would still like him in the future. Is that not what we said?
Yeah, I don't know.
Guys.
I think, yeah. That's basically what we said.
Call me an IndyCar expert and put me on the All About Indy page because I know what I'm talking about.
She's starting rumors, and they're correct. I'd cite you as my source.
Thanks. I would too, and I wouldn't even mean it.
Period. I think it's interesting. I get where they're hesitant about Dennis. I don't think Dennis has did anything wrong. I think he'll be fine doing another year at Dale Coyne. What I'm worried about is Dale Coyne is not known for hanging on to drivers 2 years in a row. So I'm like, what if Dale Coyne's like over him already? He's like, you're not very fun anymore. And he's like throwing out his new toy. Because like that's just very Dale Coyne. Like I could totally see him being like, I have a new lineup in mind. I am going to bring in Yuki Tsunoda.
Wow, call her an IndyCar expert and put her on All About Indy.
We just be saying shit. No, I'm like, is Dale Coyne cool with that? Like, is he cool with hanging on to him for another year? Because I don't really know what this Andretti, I don't know what the fuck this Andretti partnership even means. You know what I mean? I'm just like,
no, you know what it means, Andrea. You know what it means? Did you see the Dale Coynes in qualifying this weekend?
They both made it to the for sure the top 12. And then Roman Grosjean made it to the Fast 6? Question mark? No,
because remember they had the tire issue in the top 12.
It was actually a big drama. We'll get to that. It was a big thing with Roman Grosjean. But in other news, allegedly, Kaio is no longer in talks with Meyer Shank. It's really interesting. This was posted. I can't figure out who the fuck's like interviewed Elio, but apparently Elio was like, He's probably not going to be at Meyer-Shank next year. Nobody will tell me where the fuck this interview is, or who said what, or who interviewed Elio. Where did this come from?
I have no idea.
Did anybody like? Is it in an article? Are we just making shit up, guys? If you're gonna talk to Elio, you gotta fucking video record that, because I watch every Elio clip that's ever been uploaded. I am on ElioCastroneves.com, the remix, watching every interview that man does, and I didn't see this. It did not come across my desk. So don't lie to me. So don't fucking lie to me. Christian Lundgaard, you said, sounds positive that he's returning to the grid next year. Did somebody interview him? I didn't see that clip either.
I think it was Bob.
I'm sorry, Bob. You just have like a high volume of content. I don't always watch all of it with sound
really
on.
Does.
You understand.
He has a lot of content, especially on IndyCar, NASCAR weekends, and he always kind of favors NASCAR, and I'm like, stop, you're supposed to be with us.
Bob, please.
Stop, Jeff.
Please. Jeff has got it. Jeff has got it. We need all hands on deck in Portland.
Please.
Okay, believe it or not.
I gotta figure out where this Elio Castroneves clip came from. Does it exist?
Bob, is Elio even in Portland? Who's talking to him?
Who gave him a microphone? Who wrote it down?
Who the fuck's talking to Elio? I never saw this shit anywhere. I don't know. Yeah, I think I mean, we'll talk about it later, but Christian Lundgaard's for sure going somewhere. Yes. A lot of people are saying, we still have never had anybody announced for the number 9. So, like, there's a strong possibility that is in the works. Call me an IndyCar expert, making that shit up.
Well, Bob Pockrass did also say that, so you're with him.
Okay, and I didn't even see it because he has a high volume of content, as we discussed. Wait, did you see the video? I did see this video. Bob was asking Marcus Armstrong, like, who's your teammate gonna be next year? And Marcus Armstrong was just like, let me hear it. And Bob's like, what? He's like, this is a guessing game. Did you see this?
No.
Okay, I'm going to play it for you because it's actually, there's a fun twist in it that I think you're going to love of who Marcus Armstrong is rumoring his teammate's going to be. I think it's really funny. Why is Twitter automatically just playing videos? Okay, here we go.
I think it's going to be Mick Schumacher.
You think it's going to be Mick?
Yeah, I do.
Who do you think the candidates are?
I think the candidates are Mick Schumacher, maybe Renus, maybe Kaio, and
I'm going to stop you there, Bob. You named a lot of the free agents. You just named most of the free agents,
just which I think people who don't have a job,
which I think is a fun journalist hack with Bob Pockrass. Just see if he reacts to any of the names you just start listing off. I think that's good.
That's really funny. Someone should go up to him next weekend and just be like, I hear your partner or your teammate at MSR next year is Renus VK.
You hook him up to a polygraph. His heart rate went up.
Interesting. Write that down.
Get rid of.
I heard that.
Yeah. Well, you've been setting us up on that. No, I was told you were going to be the number 1. So
I am the number 1.
Max came over. You wouldn't be number 1.
It's in the contract.
Whoa, Bob.
Max is the number.
Bob Pockrass dipping his toe into Formula 1 drama.
He said Max Verstappen would kick your ass.
Max Verstappen would send you home crying, little boy.
Sorry, when was the last time Max Verstappen had an engine issue?
I just thought that was a funny clip. I like it when he's like not done listing and he's like, actually, I'm going to throw Louis Foster in there as well. I'm like,
dude, he's so funny. He kind of, Marcus Armstrong is he's a good talker. He's very personable. David Land also kind of had a back and forth with him where David Land was kind of like, what do you got to do to win? And Marcus goes, well, let me ask you, what do I got to do to win?
You know what it was? He hit him with the let's ask the audience.
Yeah. Let me know what you think.
Guys, comment below what you guys think Marcus Armstrong needs to do to win. He does read the comments, by the way. Another rumor that I don't like, another bad rumor. You guys gotta come up with rumors that I like, okay? I don't like these rumors. Apparently the Miles Rowe to IndyCar dream might be dead.
Well, no. Through Penske, which I think is pretty. I get that. I don't think they're going to be getting. But that kind of confirms to me that Joseph has a contract for next year. But I think that makes sense. He was on Speed Freaks or whatever that AI show is, and just this last week talking about how he wants to do the Indy 500. What are you laughing at? What did I
Miles,
say?
there's something about Speed Freaks. I just am like, sure, that's a
Isn't that what
different
it
show, I
is?
think. But there's too many speed. I think this
Is it
one's just
not
called
Speed
like
Freaks?
Speed. Speed Freaks, I
Oh.
think, is a different show, but I think it's like the same. One of them is more reliant on AI than the other one. I'll give you that.
Guys, don't take Speed Freaks. Don't take Speed Freaks. That's ours. Stop that. I'm making an AI poster through ChatGPT as we speak.
Claude is working on a new show right now.
Speed Freaks. What is Speed
whole
Freaks?
episode,
There is a Speed
it's a
Freaks. I
different
know
show,
there is.
babes. Yeah, it's a different show, my love.
Oh, it's a Warhammer thing. High
It's also a
octane
show.
combat
It's also
racing
a
in
show.
Warhammer 40,000 universe. Speed Freaks.
No. It's also a show, just a podcast, I think.
Okay, anyways, back to what I was saying.
So in the
I
AI dependent show,
with Will and his friend from NASCAR, whatever his name is, who cares? They had him on, and they were talking solely about the Indy 500, like being on the Indy 500, being in the Indy 500. Sorry. So I do feel like his Penske dreams are, which is so stupid. Put him in an AJ Foyt.
this is stupid and dumb. I can
I
name
wonder-
like at least three drivers that are less talented than Miles Rowe.
Bro, forget about 3. I can name 27.
Period.
It's really disappointing. Super disappointing. Super disappointing to hear that. He's worked so hard. He's had 2 great seasons in a row. No pun intended.
I think it's stupid. I'm over it. I don't even want to talk about it, guys. Unless you guys are announcing Miles Rowe to an IndyCar seat, stop talking about him. It just makes me sad. Let's talk about qualifying, because it was like actually very interesting qualifying. I would say like a good majority of the people that did and did not make it through the various rounds of qualifying seemed like to be completely randomized to me. Like I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean both of the Dale coins? 2 Dale coins just hit the top 12. Like that's crazy to me. But then Roman Grosjean was trying to make it to the Fast 6, and there was like some miscommunication. It was very I didn't read that strategy email moment. Classic Roman Grosjean, where he
No, it
was
wasn't
like
his
mad.
fault.
Okay, but the crash out was
No,
it
I'm
was
with him.
along those. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Because they didn't have another pair of softs for him to use going into the Fast 6, or to try to get into the Fast 6. They were basically like, "Oh, this is all we got," and he was like, "Sorry,
Why? He was pissed as hell. He was like, "You've got to be fucking kidding me!" Like first time in qualifying, guys. Don't know how this works. Like he's really mad.
Dude, I would have been furious. I'd be like, I'm Roman Grosjean. I'm very fast. You guys are holding me back.
Yeah. So he started crashing out on the radio, and then Will Buxton hit a line that you think was a bit unfair.
No, guys, everyone's heard me say the Sacre Blue joke. Everyone's
About
heard
Roman
me say it.
Grosjean.
Specifically, anytime something bad happens, I go Sacre Blue. But he said it like in French, and I was like, nah, it's probably more appropriate, but it's not as funny.
Where are you going?
I'm tired of being washed out. I don't know. I'm turning off my lights and sitting in the dark to see
Should
if it's better. Guys, does this feel better? Or
Should I
does
do
this
that?
feel... Oh, it's kind of spooky. It's like we should be reading, like, creepypasta. I feel like that... Does it... Guys, does
Why
this
did
wash
when
me out
I
more?
when I don't know, you do look a little Blair Witch Project, like just a little bit with the hat and the headphones and like the
Wait, let's
background.
take a
Yeah, it's like
thumbnail.
whoa.
Okay, that's good.
I feel like I turned off my light and it just added like a blurring filter to my face. Like I don't know, like maybe I look better at less detail.
Well, I took off my background light, like my lamp, so I'm only being lit. I'm sitting in a pitch black room, only being lit by my computer monitor. Yeah, guys, guess what? It's this is Lapsdown
Lapsdown After Dark.
Nice. Spooky.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like it. Let's keep this good energy flowing.
Okay, period. So our top 6 was Felix Rosenquist, Renus VK, Alex Palou, Marcus Ericsson, Will Power, and Kiffin Simpson. What the hell? What the hell we got going on over here? Girls, what is happening?
I don't know what's going on, but I think I like it.
I like it. So Felix, he ends up winning pole, and they go to Alex and they're like, you barely lost pole. Like, what do you think was the difference maker? And he goes, kind of ate a big lunch. That was probably it.
That's great. Did he
like
really
this fucking
say
guy?
that?
But then he literally straight up said that. And then I started thinking about it, and I was like, does that mean that if you would have just taken big poop, you think you would have gotten it? Makes you think. Okay, it's like, girl, what the hell? What the hell is going on with mine?
Oh, I like that.
I don't like that at all. I'm going back to normal. I'm scared.
I'm scared.
Guys, if you saw my pajama pants, don't laugh at them, okay? Okay. So I also wanted to shout out Renus. He was like, they jokingly said during practice that he looked like Waluigi, and he clearly thought that was funny. So somehow by race day, he had like a full Waluigi hat, and they were like coming up to him and they were trying to like crack a joke about Waluigi, and they were asking him about qualifying, and he was kind of like, I'm Waluigi, but he like kind of stumbled over his words a little bit. And I just thought, like, Renus, you're so funny. We just got to work on like delivery. You know what I mean? I think he has something there, but it's like not comedic timing, I fear.
Definitely
unfortunately.
could benefit from some workshopping, some like improv lessons, for sure.
Right.
Bright future.
But he did say that, no, for sure, bright future ahead of you, Renus. Don't let us get you down. He did say that he had the opportunity to test at this track a few weeks ago, and that potentially played a role in his like obvious success here this weekend. He ended up finishing the race in 4th. So definitely makes a difference. Yeah. I think it's great. I like how he brought the mustache back. I like how he's wearing his Connor Daly costume. I think that's funny. All around, great weekend for Renus VK. Big fan. I don't really have anything else to say on Renus VK, though, before we get into the race. Do you have anything to say on Renus?
I'm excited to see where you end up next year. Would you be disappointed if he stayed at JHR?
Yes, I think I would. I think it's like, I don't know where he would go. A lot of people were like saying like, well, why can't Chip Ganassi hire both? And I'm like, they're not going to get rid of Kiffin, guys. If that's what you're like they're not going to get rid of Kiffin. Like, they've put so much effort into developing Kiffin. Just to throw him out for Renus VK, I think would be.
Yeah. I got to look and see how Kiffin's, like, I haven't kept up with Kiffin, keeping up with Kiffin as much as I would like to. So maybe that'd be interesting for the next weekend, just to put together, to see like in reality how he's been doing.
Yeah. So some interesting points. The race fucking delayed again. Fox, please. Why is it that the race is never, ever, ever the priority for the broadcast schedule? Like, I have forgiven it so many times. It's getting to the point where it's genuinely annoying. I don't want to watch fucking Temu football. I don't want to fucking watch Temu PGA Tour. I don't want to fucking watch. Why do you guys have so many fuck ass sports on your network? Like, is this what you guys are airing all day? And that includes IndyCar. Okay, I'm allowed to include them as a fuck ass sport, by the way.
We can say
Anyways.
You can't, Meet a Fox.
Yeah, I'm allowed to say. Yeah, I'm allowed to say it's a fuck ass sport, but just pisses me off. On lap 3, Kyle Kirkwood has contact, and him and Renus kind of bump into each other. So I guess I did have more to say on Renus. Renus, be nice. Kyle Kirkwood struggles on fucking road courses, apparently. I don't know. So just be nice to him, okay? That was a bit much. You're bullying. It is worth pointing out, by lap 4, Christian Lundgaard is up like 15 places from his starting position. And they were like, do you guys want to see an onboard of Christian Lundgaard passing half the field? I was like, Obviously, the fuck yes. And they show it, and he literally looks like he's like genuinely eaten a power up in Mario Kart. Like, and I don't like normally making Mario Kart comparisons in motorsports, but that legitimately looked like a Mario Kart moment.
He was just moving through them. It was truly beautiful. Remind me of my good friend Colton Herta when he used to do that after qualifying poorly.
Gone but never forgotten, Colton. Um, I was surprised, speaking of Andretti, that Ericsson put the pass on Palou pretty early on, and it looked rather easy. And I was like, that's weird that it was so easy for him to do that. And then I quickly realized Palou was playing the long game. He didn't actually give a fuck in that particular moment. I don't think that Marcus passed him. He didn't care. But it does switch up the strategy a little bit when Graham Rahal hits the barrier pretty hard and brings out a yellow pretty early on in the race. I wanted to point out this is on the same day that IndyCar decided out of nowhere to like post the most shots fired graphic of all time. Like genuinely, I don't even know what compelled them to post this. They just posted this. And for the audio listeners, it says winless droughts. And it has Graham Rahal having like an astronomically higher number than anybody else on the list.
What is that number for the audience?
Why'd they do that?
That can't see it.
Hit for Graham Rahal, it's 154, now 155 races since his last victory. And the next closest is Rinus VeeKay, who's at 91. And to be fair, Rinus VeeKay is in like a different team every year in IndyCar.
He doesn't own a team,
like,
that's for sure.
He doesn't own a team. And then after that is Alexander Rossi, which like, I mean, that's also like a fucking kick him while he's down, I guess. And his is 67. And then Marcus Ericsson is 62, which I do think it is fair to say Marcus Ericsson has come close. I don't think these other people have come that close. Okay, Marcus Ericsson almost got a rained out victory. And where was that?
It was Gateway.
Worldwide Technology. Yeah. Gateway.
Yeah. And then he also
I just
last
thought
year
like what a day for him. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't think I think it's like what a day for Graham Rahal. He wakes up, he sees that graphic, he gets in his driver's suit, he gets in the car, eats shit into the tire barrier. What are you gonna do?
Yikes.
Day in the life. He should do like he should do a vlog. Day in the life of Graham Rahal. And it's you wake up and your employer has posted the worst graphic you can think of how shit you are at your job. And then you get dressed, you get ready to go, and you immediately crash. Day in the life. We also have on lap 34, Marcus Armstrong has another engine failure. That is 3 engine failures in 4 races from Marcus Armstrong. That is not acceptable. I don't know what you guys did to his engine. Fix it. Fix it. That's crazy.
Honda needs to post an apology for that, in my personal opinion.
I agree. Like, that's insane.
What's more, in your opinion, what's more tragic? Christopher Bell's season or Marcus Armstrong's season?
Definitely Marcus Armstrong's, because it's like, first of all, engine penalties aside, engine failures aside, he already had the most tragic season, in my opinion, when he's leading on the last lap of the 500, yet is in no consideration to win it.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, that's already so sad. And then these engine failures, one of them was when he was leading a race and almost got his first win. That's fucking crazy. And then every time after that, it has just been like, just shitting the bed, literally shitting the bed.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You're right.
That is, I'm sorry I even brought that up. That's sad. Let's move on, shall we?
Christopher Bell's, I don't know. He just might have like, I don't know what his fucking problem is. I have some theories as to why he's ass at NASCAR now, but yeah, Marcus Armstrong's of no fault of his own.
Right. Ugh, poor guy.
So Alex Palou, he comes in for his first pit stop and he puts on softs. He does fuck, I'm so stupid. Did he undercut or overcut Felix? Did I watch this race? What the fuck am I even... Why did I not take notes on this?
I'm assuming
I don't
a
know.
haircut, knowing Alex Palou.
I think that's what he did. He's basically racing Felix at this point. He puts on softs. He ends up coming out in front of Felix and then just starts putting in bangers. They were like kind of thinking that, oh, he's like not showing out as much as he normally does on the hards. And then they were like, just kidding. He's going to do it now, guys. Now he's showing off. Fuck this guy. With love. Alex, what is your problem? What do you think Alex Palou's problem is?
Too good. He's got, someone once said to him, like on a playground or something, they said, get good. And he said, I will. And now we all have to deal with the consequences.
Yeah, sucks, dude. He's so annoyingly good at this IndyCar thing. He comes in for his second pit stop, and I do think it's worth pointing out he is like really close to having a horrible pit stop. And I thought, we've done it. We finally cracked the code. His front wing guy like accidentally turned his front wing the opposite way that he asked for adjustments, and then like literally was able to like recognize his mistake and fix it before it even affected like the time of Alex to get out of the pit box. And they literally were like, I don't even know how they did that. Like, how'd they save that? They were like, that should have been a disastrous pit stop. And I was like, see, fuck this guy. Come on. Whatever. I'm done talking about him. He wins. Whatever. Don't care. I love you, Alex. I'm sorry for being so bitter. It's nothing personal. I will say, though, they told him on the radio after he won that he couldn't do donuts. And I was like, what's the harm? Like, what? He might have to do an engine change? Fuck it. Who cares?
He'll be fine. Let the man do donuts.
Donuts, donuts, donuts. Whatever. Cowards. CGR isn't willing to take risks, clearly. So we do have to talk about Christian Lundgaard again. Christian Lundgaard is out there putting passes on the field, and he decides to bully one Kiffin Simpson. He is like blocking the hell out of Kiffin, just generally kind of being annoying. And Kiffin like gets really tired of it and actually does like a super sick pass around the outside. And everybody in the commentary booth was like, fuck yeah, Kiffin. You show him, dude.
It was good. They both did a really good job of not taking each other out completely. Sometimes I'm so impressed with these like younger generation guys on the track. I feel like we've seen that. Christian did that earlier this season. Was it with Christian Rasmussen where they were fighting like that? And I was like, incredible respect, good skill, 10 out of 10. People like to race Christian Lundgaard, and I think that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, guy is pretty good at IndyCar. One thing he might not be good at, I know. One thing he might not be good at is building a working relationship with his peers after he's been fired. He was like getting talked to by his crew chief, and he literally was like, leave me alone, fuck off. And his crew chief was like, okie dokie. It was super awkward.
Oh, Lord.
Super awkward. So, okay, last little bit here. We have Will Power. Will Power finds his way to the front, and they are like, he's staying out. They keep going, surely he's going to pit, and then he just doesn't. And they're like, well, why would he? He's out there cooking, whatever. And then when he is actually timed to pit, he ends up running one lap too long. He was supposed to come in, but apparently he had his finger on the radio button, so he didn't hear that, and it like fucked the entire strategy. He ends up behind Stingray Rob, who is literally mucking about. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. He's just fucking around out there. And they were like, so Will Power went from potentially winning this race to like comfortably in third pretty quickly, and it restarted blue flag gate. So people, I think, have finally had enough of the charms of Stingray Rob. They can't deal with Stingray Rob anymore. What do you think, OJ?
No, guys, I saw someone tweet, and I'll never say who it was, but it's one of the 3 people I have Twitter notifications on for, and say that they're down with blue flags unless it affects one of their faves. I don't have that stance, as I feel like my faves should be fucked with just as much as everybody. And so I would never be a hypocrite like that, whoever mayhaps have said that. Editor, put the tweet I'm talking about.
The editor has declined your request. The editor has said no. I just was like, come on, Stingray. Like I normally wouldn't care that much, but it was like we had a chance to not have an Alex Palou win, and then of course Stingray's like, fuck you. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's just part of it though, Stingrayin is racing, as they say. That's what they say. They say Stingrayin is racing.
Agreed. Agreed. So that's the race, y'all. We had a podium of Alex Palou, Felix Rosenquist, and Will Power. Great stuff.
Love that.
And we are going to be back racing next weekend at Markham. New track.
This weekend.
This week. That's what I meant.
This weekend? Yeah. Because we have Richmond Saturday. Oh no! Is it wrong of me to go to somebody's wedding and watch Richmond on my phone? Yes or no?
Just record it and watch it the next day.
Okay, no one.
I know.
Guys, I'm not fucking around. Nobody posts spoilers. Bob Pockris, if you could not post anything about the race, that would be great. Nobody say anything about the race.
It's going to be Austin Dillon. You don't even need a spoiler.
I do like. Okay, can I tell you guys something? This stays between us. I had the opportunity to meet Jeff Gluck this weekend, and when he asked how I got into motorsport, I told him that I had gotten into F1 accidentally, moved on into IndyCar, and then people were like, you should watch NASCAR. And I just so happened to tune in at Richmond 2 years ago when Austin Dillon decided to take out Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin, and that's how I became a NASCAR fan. And I did say to Jeff Gluck's face, this shit is lit. God, I can't believe I said that. I literally, after I said that, I was like, I'm sorry, I meant I love your sport. Thanks for having me. Oh, God.
Highest honors and distinguished admiration for this sport. My apologies, Sir Gluck.
Oh, this shit is lit. But no, I do feel that way.
Lit! Hell yeah! I have just two more things for you before we can wrap up the episode. We do have to talk about some Formula One stuff. Here's my two Formula One stories for you. Mm-hmm. First of all, we meant to discuss about this last week and we forgot. The McLaren fan club that you have to pay to be part of. What's going on there?
The McLaren fan club. Oh, they also had a QR code whenever we were looking at Christian Lundgaard's onboard. Did you see that to join the McLaren fan club?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. That's why I remembered to put it on.
Yeah. You guys almost got away with it if it weren't for your shitty promotion. I think they want you to pay $50 to join this McLaren fan club. You get discounts on merch. Nothing really free. You get driver's cards, not also for free because you are paying for it, which most teams give out for free. I don't like this. I think this is very predatory. I think it's predatory maybe isn't the right word. I just think that you're using your admiration from the fans to make a quick buck you don't need. I was talking to Andrea about it. I was talking to some people who work doing this stuff, and I was like, what are the odds that this is just a way to get your information to sell it to the AI sponsors that they have, to the many partnerships they have?
Data.
And
yeah.
It just doesn't seem like a non-zero chance. I just think that they're really taking advantage of their fans. They're not offering anything that you can't get from most teams for free. They do apparently they're going to do driver zooms. It's Williams has been doing that for years and they've never gotten a dime of my money except for Alex Albon merch I've purchased. But it just rubs me the wrong way. And then you see content creators making what are essentially free advertisements for it, being you should join this just to, or for what reason, I don't really know. Maybe to get noticed by McLaren, as if they would care that you're giving them a free ad. It's just, it's really frustrating. It feels really icky. Maybe people have other ideas about it, and if you do, I would love to hear them, open to hearing them, but just it feels icky. And I think if any team did it, I would be yuck, guys, come on, be so for real. And especially it's through all the McLaren teams and all the series, but it focuses on F1, which is already such an exclusive sport that isn't open to people like just the general public making general income. Like it's expensive as fuck. And then they're like, oh, and also on top, if you want to be a real fan, you have to pay me $50 a month.
Yeah, it's like you get like a box, and in the box, like she said, was 2 driver's cards, one from Lando, one from Oscar, and they're not like hand autographed. They're like the printed driver's cards with like a printed version of the autograph. I literally have gotten the same exact sort of thing for free from Mercedes before. They also had a pin, like literally like an enamel pin that just said like you're part of this fan club, presumably so you could like wear it to races and like shit on the pores, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they have like a badge that has like a lanyard, seems to be a similar purpose. And then I think that was basically it. And then it came in like an orange box.
Dude, the cost of that, dollars, couple, few, less than $10 to put all that together. And they're charging you and to get into this app and stuff. It just, I don't know. Maybe there are people who think that it's worth it. I just would implore you not to, especially with how bad everything's going with like the economy.
The economy.
It just feels really icky. I don't know, guys. And I would say this for like, even if my favorite team decided to do that, I'd be like, come on, be so for real right now. And I think this is a great time to announce the Laps Down membership. It's going to be $75 a month. We're not going to send you anything.
Right. Yeah. It comes with not shit, probably. And
nothing.
We use your money to repave the Iowa Speedway.
By hand.
By hand. We're busy at work. I think that's actually a great place to end. I had another thing I was going to add, but I might just save it for next week because it's like, who the fuck cares? It's F1. They're not doing anything right now anyways. So I think that's all I have for the episode this week. What?
Man, we should have said this at the top, but we could talk about it next week too, but we want to make more stickers because we have the Laps Down stickers that we hand out at races, and we'll be in Vegas, and we will be in, what's the next race after that? Phoenix next year.
Phoenix.
And we were wondering if there's, because like right now what we have is like, it's like a logo sticker. If there's anything else, maybe like funny moments or inside jokes that you want to have a sticker of. Andrea had the idea that we do something with like the stage 2 nap sticker. But if there's anything you guys want, because like some people have like recommended merch for us, and we're not really in the place to be able to make like t-shirts or hats besides like the Laps Down hats we already have. So it'd be really easy for us to design some stickers. If that's something you guys would be interested in, let us know. Leave it in the comments, email us, DM us. Whatevs. Just wondering, we just want to give back to the community.
I can't talk here. Email me.
Email me. Email Andrea.
Message me on the Jeremy Renner app.
Find me on Neopets.
Let's go meet up somewhere in Webkins and chat. I think that's all I have. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe, like this video, give us a 5-star review, and we will catch you guys next week. Goodbye.
Bye.